Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Hello, everybody. This is Courtney Rice, WWT's Media and PR Princess, and this is Stone Cold Elite Wednesday. And I am super excited, and it looks like we are kicking off Dynamite with the aftermath of what happened at Wrestledream, and it looks like Jon Moxley has a lot to say. So let me hear what he has to say first. Okay, you guys. So at least we kicked off Dynamite, of course, talking about the aftermath of Wrestledream. And also Moxley put out a promo. He's trying to put everybody on notice and say, well, you know, he's saying that he's thinks AEW has changed all the partying and having fun. And he's trying to say, get it out of everybody's way. But he doesn't realize there is going to be hell to pay, because there is going to be a lot of people on that roster that do have respect for Bryan Danielson, and it's going to be like Captain America's Civil War. And if you don't know that reference, I'll give it to you throughout the show. But we are kicking off Dynamite with Adam Cole, who we have not seen since Double or Nothing this year. If you recall from earlier this year, he actually was recovering from a leg injury when they did the Undisputed Kingdom, and they were kind of beating up people in disguise with the devil mask. And of course, the injury kind of deflated a little bit. And then when he came back at Double or Nothing, we thought at least he recovered, but it looks like he wasn't 100%. And then MJF came in, gave him the low blow, and it looks like he's a fan favorite again, which actually makes a lot of sense. But it's very weird. But hi, Sindel. I know you are a huge fan of Mina Shirokana. Hi, Boza. John is basically going on well, yeah, pretty much, but I think this will definitely light a fire up in everybody from the roster. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Brandon. And we're also going to hear from Adam Cole, because it looks like he's getting ready to speak, and I'm actually going to put myself on mute to hear what he says. So I had to do it because no, sorry, Hassan and Swat Kid and Bobby. I had to put myself on mute because I was listening to Adam Cole's promo, and plus I had to be careful of copyright issues. But Adam Cole just did a promo, of course, calling out MJF and saying, they do have a stacked roster, which is true. They just have to utilize a lot more better. But it looks like MJF's music is here, but it looks like he's not here in San Jose. Oh, and speaking of MJF, let me hear what he has to say right now. So I'm going to put myself on mute really quick. Well, it looks like it's starting to heat up between Adam Cole and MJF because MJF did a promo and he looks like it's going to be a cat and mouse type of game. I smell Adam and Maxwell at full gear. It's weird, even as a devil, he thought Maxwell. Yeah, that is true, but I have a feeling it's going to happen at full gear. And Bobby, you posted something in there. Stardom is doing a battle royal and wins will be in the Fatal 4-Way match. Yes, talking about that Fatal 4-Way match at Stardom. I know Anna Jay is going to be a part of it. So I'm very happy for her. And let's see. Starlight Kid and Sario. Lady C. And speaking of which, let's see what Chris Jericho has to say after his match with Renee Paquette. Well, folks, it looks like the war between Chris Jericho and Mark Briscoe is far from over because he's demanding a rematch, which I could see possibly at Full Gear happening because they look, a lot of people can say what they want about Chris Jericho, but he's done it all. And I always chuckle with the learning tree because at first I didn't get it, but then it started to grow on me. And also, Hook actually took some of the learning tree's advice and got his moment at Wembley, and even with Mark Briscoe right now. So it looks like Mark Briscoe is going to give Jericho his rematch. Oh. So it's nice to see FTR back because, as you know, they had to deal with the issue with hurricanes in North Carolina. So it looks like Mark Briscoe is putting off into Chris Jericho in a ladder match. And wow, next week, that is going to be crazy. Yes, Boza. You're right. It is going to be, it's going to be a 3-hour block, Collision, and then Battle of the Belts. And we have FTR. As I mentioned, we haven't seen them in a while because they're handling the situation that's happening in with the hurricanes that's happened in North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. So it's nice to see them back. And this match is actually going to go for a good cause. So them, along with Adam Copeland, is doing as much as they can. And I do applaud them for their work, not just in the ring, but also outside the ring. And it's always good to see wrestlers do work in community service and also just being a role model to others and making a difference. So I'm excited for this tag team match, FTR versus Bryan Keith and Big Bill. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see Chris Jericho lurking around. So, he's not there, but it's fun that this isn't storyline wise, but they're doing a good thing. Yes, they are. They are definitely doing a good thing. And I give kudos to FTR for that. Hi, Swag Kid. Thank you for joining on this watch along. And thank you, Bosa, for that note. It was fun, the WWT live earlier when it was just me and the councilman, but it was fun. Feel free to check it out because even though it was a short one, we were able to deliver some of the stories that were happening. And if you're not catching up, this is Courtney Rice, WWT's media and PR princess, and everything all elite. And we have an action-packed Dynamite. Of course, we kicked off with a promo by the world champion Jon Moxley saying no one is safe from AEW. I beg to differ because there's a lot of people that will probably stand up to Bosa. Also, we got to hear from Adam Cole because it looks like him and MJF are going to take a swing at each other. And we did get a match for next week. Mark, Chris Jericho, ladder match next week for the Ring of Honor Championship. And right now, we are in tag team action with FTR and Big Bill and Bryan Keith from the Learning Tree. And this match is actually going to go to a cause regarding the hurricane victims that have been happening the last couple of weeks. We know FTR is from North Carolina and it affected their community. So they're doing everything they can, along with Adam Cole, who also lives in that area with them. So they've been helping out the last couple of weeks. And you'll notice some superstars have not been there because of a situation that happened. Like, of course, Dr. Britt Baker, because she's in Florida. Malachi Black, I believe he lives in Florida. So that's why you only see Brody King lately. But and back to tag team action, we get to see Cash. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Boza, I saw that. I really thought it was non-title, but I guess they're putting the TBS title in there. But that'll be later on with Mercedes Moné versus Queen Aminata. And also be on the lookout for Chris Statlander because she wants Camille, the brick house. But going back to tag team action, you have Dash, and Redwood Big Bill. Yeah, you have yes, Cash Wheeler and the Redwood Big Bill. No, that's okay. Thank you, Boza, for checking in. Yeah, I originally thought it was on title because when they promoted it, it was on title. I did not know it was for the TBS title. Hi, Hassan, and thank you for that note that it's the Tails the Fox's birthday. So sending happy birthday to that. We're in tag team action with FTR and the Learning Tree. It looks like the Red was getting punches from both Cash and Dax. And here comes the Bad Apple. All right. Ooh, Big Bill. And it looks like Nigel McGuinness is going to be joining commentary because if you did not know, a couple weeks ago, Taz got attacked by blindsidedly, unconsciously. So he got attacked a couple weeks ago. Hook has been on the case trying to find out what's up with his dad, but also he had replacement knees on his surgery. So that's why Nigel is doing commentary. But we wish Taz a speedy recovery and hope we see him back soon. I know he didn't like what happened with Wrestledream because he's always had respect for Bryan Danielson, but we hope to see Taz back soon doing commentary. And nothing against Nigel, because Nigel has always been great doing commentary, so nothing against him. Since Full Gear is in Newark, New Jersey, do you think the virtual show Deonna Purrazzo gets booked? I don't see why not. I mean, I wouldn't even mind if it was a match either on 0 Hour or on the match card because there are some people that are from New Jersey. She's from New Jersey. I found out Orange Cassidy's from New Jersey, so it's kind of a hometown from him. And then, of course, you have Anthony Bowens from the Acclaimed from New Jersey as well. So it's going to be a homecoming too. I would love to see some of the hometown people be there. It's going to be fun, and I would be very excited. And also, just to let you know, the match is in picture, and the match is still going on. So Brian Keith is working on Cash. Who would you have her? It's going to be hard to say because Deonna is a heel. Well, we have seen a lot of heel versus heel. And I kind of would like for Mariah to work with a baby face. I just think it would make a lot more sense. Deonna, I do see her competing a lot more. I really want her to have a full case and get some wins first. I know she got some wins like this year, but I would kind of like her to be a little bit consistent on getting those wins before challenging Mariah May. Now, the next question is, who's going to challenge her at Full Gear? I'm not sure because there's a few ladies that can make their case. I would not be surprised if she continues her storyline with Willow because I feel like there's not that much strong babyface women. There's just a lot more heels, so it's anybody's game at this point. I mean, there's Willow, there's Hikaru Shida. She was a 3-time AEW Women's Champion. You have Jamie Hager, who's a former AEW Women's Champion. There's a lot that could happen, and also we have not seen Mina Shirakawa. She could possibly be another one. Anna Jay, possibly, but I would like, because I know she just got back from Stardom, and I really want that to slow cook a bit and have her have wins, especially, I don't want to say memorable wins, but like not legitimate wins, but like statement wins. I would like to. That's the word I was looking for. Statement wins. I would like to see her, but I would like to see her go for the TBS championship first. But you know, I think when she racks up a lot more statement wins, I could see her potentially doing that. And we're back in tag team action, and this match is going to be supporting all the victims that happened in Hurricane Milton, Hurricane Helena. We have FTR versus the Learning Trees, Big Redwood Big Bill, and Brian Keith. And here comes Dax. Here comes Dax, and he's putting a lot on both members of the learning tree. Look, I got nothing but respect for FTR. FTR has shown why they are one of the best tag teams as of right now. They really have proven that. But Dax, he's doing his bidding. Ooh, tough clothesline by Dax. I guess he's having clothesline by the Redwood onto Dax. And I think there are some fans that are cheering for the Redwood. It's nice to see Big Bill get some recognition. And he has a cheering section. But it looks like he's trying to carry Dax. And here comes Cash. Ooh. Here comes Cash. They're trying to put this match away. Dax and Cash. But it looks like it's going to be hard for them to do Big Bill. I'm interested to see who's going to go against the Young Bucks next. I'm curious too. I know later on they're going to be in that match against 3 of the members from the Conglomeration. Kyle O'Reilly, Orange Cassidy, and Rocky Romero. Now, for the Young Bucks, I already know who I want to pick because considering we know where Full Gear is, I'll let you guys know later on in the chat who I think should go against the Young Bucks because they were also former tag team champions. And I'm not talking about FTR. But going back to the match, we see Cash and the Redwood working. Ooh, nice DDT outside the ring apron by Cash. And the Bad Apple. Ooh, tag made to Cash. And you can see why. Ooh, finisher! And is this it? 1, 2. That is it. And your winner is FTR. It's always a treat seeing FTR in action. And they show that they are one of the best tag teams. And look who's watching them. LFI, Roosh, the Beast Mortos, because it looks like they're eyeing FTR. And that's the best way to do it. If you're a young upcoming stable, you go against one of the best tag teams in AEW, and that is FTR. Oh, look, it's the Outrunners. Looky. I will say, they do have a cult following, the Outrunners. I have nothing against them. They are great. And they do have a cult following. So I think it looks like the Outrunners and FTR may be getting their next storyline with LFI because it looks like they're looking and they're being managed by Jake the Snake, Robert. So this is going to be interesting. I have nothing against the Outrunners. At first, I didn't understand their tag team, but I just love the 80s retro throwbacks. It's just so nice to watch the throwbacks. And I love that they made an alliance with FTR. And also, as I mentioned earlier, this is one of the reasons why FTR and the Acclaimed are doing something that the Young Bucks have not done. They're giving other tag teams within the division an opportunity to shine. FTR is aligning with the Outrunners. The Acclaim's in a feud with MXM. I'm laughing at Cash with the shades. Oh my goodness. Well, it's always nice to have those feel-good moments on. It's always nice to have those feel-good moments on AEW, seeing the Outrunners and FTR. But I gotta get kudos to FTR. And looky. Give me 1 second because the Acclaim's on. Give me 1 second. I am sorry, guys. I just had to laugh at that because, of course, I saw the Acclaimed. And, they were doing their little promo, and MVP comes out and wants their card. But if you did not know, Max Caster and Shelton Benjamin, they had their stare down because if you listen to Caster's interview with Chris Van Vliet, they were talking about Shelton Benjamin for a little bit. And of course, everybody with the headline were trying to say, Caster trying to say, like, Shelton Benjamin doesn't deserve to be in AEW or whatever. And I was cracking up so much because I did not think it would happen, but they were staring down with each other. And oh man, if you want to take a look at why, take a look at Max Caster's full interview with Chris Van Vliet, and you will understand why. And also make sure to check out Shelton Benjamin's interview with Chris Van Vliet, because you'll understand why my reaction, and especially seeing Caster and Shelton Benjamin on the same TV at the same time. But I did see MVPs were trying to recruit the Acclaim, but the Acclaim has other business to take forth, and their goal is the same. Their goal is the same. They are on the road of being two-time tag team champions again, because it's going to happen sooner or later, and I would love to see that. And could it happen at Full Gear? We shall see. But shaping gears from the Acclaimed, we have a TBS championship match. We have the CEO, Mercedes Moné, and of course she has the brick house with her, and we get to see the beautiful Queen Aminata. Queen Aminata is no joke. Queen Aminata is no joke. Yeah, you know my reaction post. But yeah, definitely check out Chris Van Vliet's interviews with Max Caster and Shelton Benjamin, and you will understand why. Oh my goodness. Hi, Mr. Opinionated. How are you? Yes. Really? What was that? Her biggest, well, I don't know about that. I was going to say Chris Statlander was kind of a biggest threat, because if you saw last week where Chris Statlander almost kicked Camille to the head, she looked very nervous on Chris Statlander. But yeah, I'm going to say this. Queen Aminata is no joke. I've seen her matches, not just on Dynamite, but on Collision and Rampage, and this woman is no joke. I would not mess with her. And she has a deadly headbutt. It looks like the CEO got humiliated. But let's see. Queen Aminata. Ooh. Electric chair. Ooh. Look at that. Is. Oh, 1, 2. All right. 1, 2. Yes, Bobby, I agree. She's going to be an awesome opponent for Mercedes Moné. But like I said, be on the lookout for Chris Statlander, because she's probably lurking. And look at Queen Aminata. She's just like, I am here. And I have to give credit for her to really having the guts to stand up to Mercedes, because sooner or later, some of the ladies were going to really stand up to her since she's came here. And I could see that why. But here's Queen. She was going to do a headbutt, but look, the brick house came in. Ooh, headbutt to Camille. Ooh, man. She really gave her a headbutt. It would have been great to see Chris. Actually, that would have been great to see Chris Statlander come in. She gave her a nasty headbutt. And, oh, knees to the steel steps by Mercedes. I will say red is a really good hair color for her. I will give her that good compliment. Red is a really good hair color for her. But you're hanging out with me. This is Courtney Rice, WWT's media and PR princess. We are having a very eventful Dynamite. I'm sorry, I'm just getting over Shelton Benjamin and Caster, but anyways, we have a TBS championship match happening right now with Queen Aminata and Mercedes Moné. And I'm telling you, these two are definitely going to deliver. And this is probably going to be another tough challenge for Mercedes. And as I said earlier, be on the lookout for Chris Statlander. She's lurking. Mercedes looks awesome in red. Well, that is true. That's what I said. The color really does compliment her. That is something I would see. Would love to see Ember. Yeah, that would be good. Title for title. Hopefully we see Athena soon, because she is the longest reigning Ring of Honor Women's Champion, and it would be nice to see her on AEW television soon. I don't know when, but soon. But I'm happy the match is still going on with picture in picture. Also, I want to ask you guys a simple question, because there seems to be lurking, and with the TBS Championship, with Queen Aminata and Mercedes Mone, who would you like to see beat, outside of Chris Statlander, because she has Camille? Who else would you like to see challenge Mercedes for the TBS Championship? What other female would you like to see? Yes, one day Queen Aminata. She's definitely going to be a New Japan Strong Women's Champion one of these days. I know tomorrow on Ring of Honor, Lexi Nair sends her to non-title action with Lady Frost, and Saturday at Maple Leaf Wrestling. Yes! Thank you, Boza, for that, of Ring of Honor. And yes, this Saturday on Maple Leaf Wrestling, Athena is going to be in action this weekend. And that is going to be epic. And she will be defending the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. I'm so excited to see that. Scott D'Amore, if you know him from TNA, when he was in Team Canada, he actually revitalized this promotion in Canada. And you have so many matchups and so many people that are joining. Of course, you're going to get Athena joining. You're going to get QT Marshall. You're also going to get an appearance from Konosuke Takeshita, the new AEW International Champion, and it will be on the line. Mr. Opinionated Brit, are you referring to Jamie Hager? Because Jamie Hager would be pretty good. I like to see Mercedes Moné versus Alex Windsor and Tam Nanako for the TBS Women. That would be a really good match. And if you did not know, Alex Windsor is Will Ospreay's wife. So it's always a treat seeing her. And we're going back to the action with the TBS Championship between Mercedes Moné and Queen Aminata. They're showing a replay of Mercedes' knees to the turnbuckle onto Queen Aminata. And it looks like Mercedes has her in a submission hold. But Queen Aminata's trying to break it. And she did. Ooh, Queen Aminata. 1, 2. Kick out. It looks like Mercedes trying to do a move. Ooh, Queen Aminata. Ooh, sucker punch by Mercedes. See that? Mercedes. Ooh. Ooh. Where's Mercedes? Oh, man. Camille looks scared. I think that's the first time I ever seen her so nervous. That's the first time I've ever seen her this nervous. Well, they should know Queen Aminata's no joke. I'm just saying, like, Mercedes, some of these ladies in the locker room, they're no joke. And here this 1, 2. I do see one day Queen Aminata getting gold. I would love to. Ooh, that was a hit onto Mercedes. 1, 2, kick out by Mercedes. This is like the most nervous Camille has been. Do it. Yeah, Britt Baker, Julia Hart. Can't wait for Julia. Yeah, Julia Hart. She should be coming back soon. She has shoulder injury from Dynasty, but hopefully she will be back soon. Trisha Dora, yep, from the infantry. That would be a really good match because Trisha Dora is no joke. And Queen Aminata is doing her signature move. She's doing her. It's nice to see some of the crowd get behind Aminata. It's nice to see the crowd get behind her because she's worked very, very hard. Look at this. The fans are going behind Queen. Ooh, kick by Mercedes onto Queen. Ooh, knees to the face. Mercedes looks like she's going to finish her right away. Ooh, it looks like she's got a finisher. She got her submission move. Is she going to tap? Is she going to tap? Is she going to tap? Oh, she's going to tap. And still your TBS champion, Mercedes Mone. Love to see Mercedes eating humble pie. She thought she was all that, but she learned last week. Well, soon, but we shall see. Oh, yeah, Tay Milo. She should be coming back soon. I know she's been training with her hubby, Sammy Guevara. But she looks good. She had the baby and everything, but she is in training right now. So we get to see Tay soon. So, but she is still your TBS champion. I mean, Queen Aminata put up a good fight, but right now, still your TBS champion, Mercedes Mone. And of course, they are showing what happened at Wrestledream this past weekend with Private Party and the Young Bucks. I know we didn't get a chance to talk about it on WWT Live, but this was my dark horse pick for match of the night. I know a lot of people said the AEW International match, but that match, that Private Party and the Young Bucks gave, it just really blew me over. And it shows why that the tag team division is one of their strongest pillars, and it should be. And also, after the match, and I didn't get to share this, after the match was over and, Private Party, they did feel a little bit disappointed. But after that match, when the crowd gave him a standing ovation, it made me go back to 1999, where the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian faced off in that ladder match. And 24 hours later, they got a standing ovation. So, and looky, Private Party. So let me hear what Private Party has to say. Stokely Hathaway is such a weasel. So I was saying my story earlier. After the match with the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian, they got a standing ovation, and 24 hours later on Raw, they got a standing ovation. And that's what made me think of Private Party after the match. It was like a shade of 1999 all over again, and showing their inner Hardy Boys, because that's who they grew up with. But We saw Private Party being interviewed by Renee Paquette, and they want another shot at the tag team titles, but Young Bucks, the Young Bucks try to say no. They're not going to give them another shot, even though they do have respect for them and they have other business to take care of. But yeah, Boza, I know you want them to lose, but have no fear because the Young Bucks think they can run the mock up the division. No, because as I mentioned earlier, there is another tag team that they have not beaten clean lately and can really give them a proper feud. And I'm sticking with my bold prediction that the Acclaimed will be the tag team champions. I'm hoping it's a Full Gear. Considering Bowens is from Jersey, I'm keeping my fingers crossed because that is going to happen. But I know Stokely's very desperate. I don't know why, because you would think they would learn after being in the firm with Stokely, with Matt Hardy and Ethan Page, but I don't know why. But Stokely's not going to rest until he gets them to sign. But anyways, well, thank you everybody for joining on this special Dynamite watch along where we're showing the aftermath of Wrestledream. We kicked off with Jon Moxley doing a promo of Champions, saying AEW isn't the way it's supposed to be 5 years ago, and saying this is not your company anymore. So I don't know what he meant by that, but we'll see. We got to see Adam Cole do a promo calling out MJF. And then, of course, we see a video promo done by MJF. Always nice to hear that. We also got to see Chris Jericho and Mark Briscoe. And next week, it's going to be a ladder match for the Ring of Honor Championship. So, yay on that. Also, we got to see some action tonight. We got to see FTR come back, take on the Learning Tree, Big Bill, and Brian Keith. And this was in support of the recent hurricane attacks that happened. So it was nice to see FTR do that in service. So I applaud them for that. We also got to see the TBS Championship with Queen Aminata and Mercedes Moné, and Mercedes retain. And we did get to see a lot of backstage action. Of course, we got to see the Acclaimed, and MVP was trying to cook them. But I will say this earlier. If you'll understand my laughter between the face-off between Shelton Benjamin and Max Caster, go see Chris Van Vlie's interview with both of them separately. And of course, we have the Elite, and let's see what they have to say. Well, we saw that interesting promo because, as I mentioned, it is Kenny Omega's birthday today. He turned 41 years old. So happy birthday to Kenny. And they did that promo to Kenny. But I have a question for you guys. Since Jack Perry's the TNT champion, who do you think should be his next competitor? And right now, I get to see my guy, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly, and Rocky Romero, the Conglomeration, in trios action against the Young Bucks and Okada. This is going to be a fun match. This is going to be fun. And it's always nice to see my boy Orange Cassidy. I will say, a guy who wears shades, And how can you not hate a guy that has a song done by the Pixies? Boza says maybe Rocky Romero to continue Conglomeration versus. Yeah, I mean it might nice be to see Rocky Romero be TNT champion. That would be very cool. Because, like I said, it would be nice to see Rocky Romero, but there's also another guy you need to watch out for, Daniel Garcia. Because Daniel Garcia had a stare down with Jack Perry during Wrestledream, and he's not the only person gunning for it. But I would be okay with Rocky Romero, but I cannot count out Daniel Garcia. So I would love to see Daniel Garcia challenge for the TNT Championship. And looky, our so-called beloved EVPs and tag team champions. The way I said it, I was being a little bit sarcastic. So I'm just being sarcastic. But yeah, you're so-called. Look, I can't take anything away from the Young Bucks. They are the tag team champions. They are one of the best tag team champions, but it's time for you guys to take the belts off of them. We've seen it in Dynasty. Of course, we've seen them run the Elite and everything else, but it's time for them to take off the belt and get back to where the tag team division used to be, because that was their strongest pillars. And I am holding on to my prediction. So we shall see. And here comes the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. And this is going to be a fun trios match. And also, if you can recall, Kyle O'Reilly wants to challenge for the Continental Championship. And that would be a really good match. And I could see Kyle O'Reilly beating Okada for that title. But that's only time will tell. Yeah, I forgot Daniel. Now that he committed. Yeah, I would love to see Daniel Garcia versus Jack Perry. I would imagine Kyle versus Okada would be soon, as I imagine the 20. Yeah, that's coming up pretty soon, because it debuted around when World's End. When the final pay-per-view of the year, World's End, was debuting, and they had this big tournament. So I wouldn't be shocked if it did. So here we go, and we're starting off with Kyle O'Reilly and the Rainmaker. And they both have a headlock in, but it looks like Okada. I don't care. He looks like a downgrade version of Ken. I don't know why, but it looks like a downgrade version of Ken. But Kyle O'Reilly is no joke. He is a really great athlete. And also, if there's a match that I definitely want you to see, I definitely take a look at his match at Dynasty he had with Roderick Strong for the AEW International Championship. That match was really good, and I do applaud both of them. So I want to say this has to be Nicholas in the ring. And here's my guy, Orange Cassidy. You can say what you want about Orange, but that man is a workhorse, and he's been with AEW from the beginning. And Jerry, oh God, I forgot his name. Jerry Lynn had a conversation with him at Dynasty this past weekend to have him be the man. Well, he is the man, and he's been at AEW from the beginning. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly on the outside. Ooh, Orange Cassidy taking out Okada. Rocky Romero taking out. I think that's Nicholas. Yep, that's Nicholas. The Conglomeration's fired up. They are really having that synergy. Okay, Kyle O'Reilly giving some punches. I think it's Nicholas. Rocky Romero coming in. I do like they do the picture-in-picture where the match is live, and even though the commercials. But thank you guys for joining me on this watch along tonight. Have to give a shout out to Sindel, Boza, Bobby, Brandon, Swag Kid, Hassan, Antoine Phillips, Mr. Opinionated. I want to make sure I didn't forget anybody. Thank you guys for joining tonight. And how can you tell the two EVPs apart? Usually, when I listen to the match, usually the commentator announces who it is. Sometimes I kind of know because we all know Nicholas can be a little bit of a hothead. So I can tell who's the biggest hothead. And sometimes I always have to tell which one apart. But I usually listen to the match with commentary on who's in the ring. But I think now I can tell like who's doing what. Lewis, who's your client? Yeah. Yes, Lewis, because you were asking me who's my client. Yes. If you missed our WWET live, Timeless Tony Storm, top PWI women's list. So kudos to Tony Storm for winning. She deserved it. She's also my client too. So, I mean, it makes a lot more sense because she's actually the reason I got into AEW. I would have never got into AEW if I met Tony Storm because I met her at a meet and greet, and this was after she was released from WWE. And then a few days later, she made her debut on AEW. So, Timeless Tony Storm is one of my clients. So, that is a no-brainer. She is one of my clients. I don't know who else I'm gonna have, but also another person I will add is I add two more people to my client list. I'm adding Orange Cassidy to my client list, and I'm also gonna add the Acclaim to my client list because, well, they need somebody to support them because they need someone to support them. So I gotta give kudos to that. So those are my three clients so far. But see my guy Orange Cassidy, well, he's in a little bit of a situation. Ooh, back scratch. I believe this is Nicholas in the ring. So it looks like, ooh, synergy. You could say whatever you want about the Bucks. This is where it makes them dangerous as tag teams. It's just the synergy and the teamwork that they do. And they know each other's styles so well. This is what makes them dangerous. Ooh, Orange Cassidy. Oh God, clothesline his own brother. Tag in made to Okada. Orange Cassidy. Is he gonna make the tag? What's Okada gonna do here? Oh, so it's a flip by Orange Cassidy. Oh no, he's giving the finger. Oh no, you're not. You're not gonna give the finger to Orange Cassidy. And here comes Kyle O'Reilly. Ooh, here comes Kyle O'Reilly. Ooh, Okada kicked it. Kyle. This is where Kyle O'Reilly gets very dangerous with his kicks. And this is okay. I knew the difference. So in the blue, that is Matthew. In the blue, like teal color, that's Matthew. And in the other like mixed pink and stuff, it's Nicholas. I had to make sure I did a two apart. 1, 2, kick out by Kyle O'Reilly. I like Max Caster, but who's the better rep? It's interesting to say because it's so interesting. I have nothing against Cena rapping because he's been doing this for a while. He has an album that went number 1. However, since Caster's been doing freestyles because I actually had the chance to meet Max Caster and he was very nice when I met him. And also he said in one of his interviews when he did with Chris Van Vliet and also with Isaiah Cassidy, John Cena reached out to him and said he actually did better raps than him. So if you get that type of endorsement from John Cena, that is definitely something to think about. And also because with Max, I actually took a deeper dive on who he is, and he's been doing this since he was 14, 16. He made his own beats, he's done his own freestyle. He actually did some music when he was in Creative Pro, and he also did the theme songs for the Acclaim. So that is pretty awesome too, and he's still doing music as well. So make sure to check out Spotify. And I have checked out like a few of his raps where it's more than just the disses. Like this is talks about stuff that's happening in his life, which I really do love, and I love the storytelling aspect. So a little bit of this. Anyways, we're heading back to your lovable EVPs, but it looks like Kyle O'Reilly's making the tag. Here is one of my clients, Orange Cassidy. Oh, landed on his feet. Ooh, orange punch to Okada. Taking out double Hurricane Rana to the Young Bucks. DDT. Oh, not DDT. Ooh, come on, Orange. Kyle O'Reilly with the kick. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, double kick made. Oh, Rocky Romero. Oh, DDT. That should be Matthew right there. DDT by Orange Cassidy. Doing what he does best. I will say this with the fans. The fans love him so much, and there have been parents and kids that have just liked him. Ooh. Oh my God, Willie, why did he kick my boy Orange Cassidy? He kicked my client. Security. He's kicking my client. And looky, Yuta, Claudio, Pac. They're just taking out all the entire members of the conglomeration. Taking out my boy Orange Cassidy. They're taking out my client. Oh man. And look at the Elite. They don't even know what to do. Actually, I would not be shocked if the Elite did align with Moxley, because that would make sense. I would not be shocked if the Elite aligned with them. And they're taking out my boy Orange Cassidy. But he is the World Heavyweight Champion. And they're just stomping away on Orange Cassidy. And you know who we haven't seen in a while? We haven't seen Darby Allin. Because I know Darby, he's in utter shock. Is that Darius? Is that Tough? There's Tough Flight. And also remember, Claudio, Pac, and Wheeler are the Trios champions. They're the Trios champions. So you have to remember that. But I do think if there's one team that could challenge for the Trios belt, I would love to see House of Black. I would love to see House of Black in there. I'm surprised Layla Gray isn't in there, because I think she could take on Marina Shafir. Layla. They took out Top Flight. They're taking out the Conglomeration. I'm surprised Mark Briscoe ain't out here. Well, here comes the Dark Order. I mean, I'm not surprised. I would not be surprised if the Elite had something to do with this. And, they're saying. But, yeah. Just a reminder, they are the Trios champions. So I want to ask you guys a question, and you can put this in the chat. Who do you think should be a contender for the Trios championship? Because I picked House of Black, because we have not seen House of Black in a while, but it would be kind of cool. But yeah, they took out the Dark Order. Like I said, I would not be shocked if the Elite really did something. And they just took out almost everyone not everyone from the roster, but, and plus we haven't seen Darby Allin, so, man, they're really tied up. Alex Reynolds! They're choking him with the belt! I know there has to be more guys on that roster. There has to be. And I understand Moxley is the champion, but violence. basically, will violence from John bring the ratings up? It feels like craziness. I hope not with craziness. I mean, at this point, I don't think it's craziness. I just think, like, come on. I remember. Yeah, I remember that. And then he came back at SummerSlam. Oh, and let's hear what Moxley had to say. I'm going to put myself on mute. All right, you guys. So there was a lot of stuff I had to get myself in, but they're showing highlights from Wrestledream this past weekend. Of course, Swerve's hometown, but we just saw a couple minutes ago. It feels like we are in a transition period with Bryan's full-time career done, pretty much. But this is opportunity for some of these young stars to step up to the plate because this is the company that they built, and this was a good point that Daniel Garcia posted. I mean, the Young Bucks are the EVPs. And I said this, I would not be shocked if they did align with the EVPs. I would not be shocked if that did happen because the only person that's trying to do as much as he can is Christopher Daniels. And I know, as I mentioned, Darby Allin, I don't want to say he's been MIA, but he's been unreachable since all this has happened with Danielson. But we will see him soon. We will see Darby Allin soon because after beating up Orange Cassidy, there's going to be a lot of hell to pay. And I will say this. I would not be shocked. And here's the thing that really is going to be interesting because hold on, I'm looking at these comments. Fans won't buy this unless, well, we don't know if Shane's going to come back. It's just a rumor, but you know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, and Bo said that's okay. You're allowed to give your opinion and just make sure you give constructive be back, that made sense. I had a crazy thought. I know War Games is usually in July, but we could get that. Yeah, that could be something. That could be really something. Oh, Lewis, your client's MJF. And Mr. Opinionated, his clients are all females. Hope North. Trust me, we're going to have a lot of security for Full Gear. And we're getting ready for this match. We get to see Lio Rush in the in-ring Dynamite debut of Shelton Benjamin. So this is going to be interesting as well. And also with this, and also I did like the confrontation between Jack Perry and Daniel Garcia, because I have a feeling they are going to have a match at Full Gear for the TNT Championship, and it makes sense. And also because, you know, the way that Jack Perry attacked Shibata, who was Daniel Garcia's tag team partner, that's also going to lead something else. So I am ready for that rivalry to happen. But also, with Moxley and his crew, this is going to be far from over, because I would not be shocked if they went against some top tier superstars. I know they went against some people that like said, oh, they're just collecting the paycheck or anything else. But I would not be shocked if they went against a few top tier stars in AEW outside of Darby Allin, possibly FTR. I know they attacked the Outrunners. FTR, the Acclaimed could be another one that they could attack. Mark Briscoe. I know Mark Briscoe has his match with Chris Jericho, but Mark Briscoe could be the one next attacked, and possibly maybe Chris Jericho. There's a lot of avenues they could go with this. And also, I would not be shocked if some of the guys intimidated some of the ladies in the locker room. Same thing with Marina Shafir, because some of the ladies do respect Bryan Danielson, and they're not going to take it. But anyways, we are in the final hour of AEW Dynamite, and we got another match coming up with Lio Rush, accompanied to the ring by Lila Gray, and Shelton Benjamin, who has MVP in his corner. I'm sorry, I just had an inside laugh earlier. But Lio Rush, Shelton Benjamin, and I will say Shelton Benjamin looks fit as ever. He looks fit. Look at Lio Rush with his quickness. Ooh, clothesline by Shelton Benjamin. I will say he's getting definitely a warm welcome to fans. Do it. And then also, if you saw earlier, we did see clips of Swerve coming back to his hometown, and of course MVP interrupted and trying to recruit Swerve. But he did say that he never turns his back on his family, and his family is Prince Nana. And also, I said this earlier in the chat, but who do you want to see? Pac, Claudio. Who do you want to see? Pac, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta defend their trios titles against? Because I would not be shocked if some of the Blackpool Combat Club attack some of the trios within that division. Because, like I said, it could be the Bang Bang Gang they could attack. They just attacked Dark Order. That's another trio. We have not seen House of Black in a while. Oh, nasty. Nasty belly to belly by Shelton Benjamin. To get somebody like Shelton is great. Oh, yes. Well, I mean, if you saw earlier the encounter with him and Max Caster, yeah, that's going to definitely boil over sooner than later. Because I know the Acclaimed are kind of on the road of their path and trying to get wins and get back in the tag team race. But it's nice to have some roadblocks in between. So don't be shocked if there's a match between him and Shelton Benjamin in the future. House of Black, Julia Hart's match can counteract. Yeah, that could too, because we haven't seen Julia Hart in a while, but they're going to have to defend the trios belt sooner than later. I mean, the only way they can do that is they can wipe the floor out of everybody in the trios division. But Moxley, I know he's putting a lot more violence in there, but there's going to be a lot more people. And also, I have a question for all of you, because I know Jon Moxley is the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, but with Bryan Danielson retiring from in-ring full-time, who would you like to see challenge for his belt? Who would you like to see him challenge for the AEW Championship? Feel free to put this in the chat. There's a lot of avenues in there. Feels like John is trying to take out all the challengers. He doesn't want to defend. That's why I said at some point, yeah, that is true. I mean, I feel like the only way he could do that. And also, there's a person we haven't seen in a while, and that's Samoa Joe. We haven't seen Samoa Joe in a while on television, so that's a possibility. There's Samoa Joe. Maybe all challengers, but well, I mean, if he took out Swerve and Samoa Joe, well, let's say if he took out Swerve, because Swerve is gonna come for the title. Oh, commercial. Swerve is gunning for the title. Because I feel like, John, he thinks he's violent, but Swerve calls himself the most dangerous man in AEW. So Swerve is immune to violence. We saw him in his Texas Texas street fight against Hangman last year at Full Gear, and we got to see this unsanctioned lights out steel cage. If Marina took out Nana, that would unlock a side of Swerve we haven't seen. We're finding out on Saturday. Nana, yeah, that would be something. Because I feel like the only way they could do that is attack something that Swerve loves. So if they attack Nana, it's like game over. Like Swerve, that's the only way I could see that. But I know he has a feud with MVP that's happening, so it's like that kind of will derail it. But Swerve is another one. As I said earlier, Samoa Joe, because we haven't seen Samoa Joe in a while. Also, another person that is another babyface, Will Ospreay. I know he has his stuff with the Don Callis family, but Will Ospreay, and I'm sure he has a lot to say regarding Danielson, because that's one of the people he looked up to. And they had that match at Dynasty this year, so that's also a say well. But going back to the action between Shelton Benjamin and Lio Rush. Ooh, sucker punch by Shelton. I can see MVP. I will say MVP, he's a good wrestler, but he's also a good manager and a good mouthpiece for some people. Because I have nothing against Shelton. He was a good athlete. He just was not that good in promos. But I'm happy he does have a mouthpiece with MVP. Ooh, nice counter by Lio Rush. Oh, and still to come tonight, it's going to be a Don Callis family press conference after Konosuke Takeshi as the AEW International Champion. We also get to see Switchblade Jay White against Christian Cage. So that's going to be awesome to see. And Lio Rush, oh, leap. Do it. And also, if you see the tone on Nigel McGuinness' voice, because we all know how much he couldn't stand Bryan Danielson, but he said that he said he never imagined Bryan Danielson's career ended like this. And also, he does not even like the thing that Moxley's doing right now. So Nigel does have some feelings. And we also see what Moxley did to Nigel McGuinness. He took off his headset and threw it right at him. So I would be shocked to see Mr. Nigel in the ring. But, ooh, kick by Shelton Benjamin. All right. Ugh, Lio Rush, he looks like he's helpless. Oh, nope. Like a Shelton Benjamin. Ooh, to the leg. Oh, Bobby, thanks. No, that's okay. Take your time talking to a family member on the phone. You're just in time seeing Leo Rush and Shelton Benjamin. And, ooh, nice counter by Leo. 2. Kick out by Shelton. Nice. That's really awesome. It's always nice to spend time with your family during the holiday season. But thank you guys for joining because we are in the final hour of AEW Dynamite. And if you're just catching up to speed, we're seeing Leo Rush versus Shelton Benjamin. It looks like there's some trash. It looks like there's some trash on between Lila Gray and MVP. And I am all in on it. It would be nice if Layla Gray kicked it right in the balls. Oh, but Leo Rush is on the top rope. Oh, look at Shelton Benjamin. Ooh. MVP say finish him. Finish him. He say finish him. It looks like Shelton's getting ready to finish him. Oof, German suplex. MVP's trying to, but Shelton Benjamin's trying to end it. But Leo Rush, he's starting to fight back. But Shelton Benjamin, he's trying to end it. Oof, another suplex. Nasty kick. MVP say finish it. Finish it. I have a feeling that we're going to see Swerve versus Shelton Benjamin at Full Gear. After that encounter that they had at Wrestledream, I have a feeling they're going to have a match at Full Gear. Swerve and Shelton. Oof, and this should be it. 2, 3, and in its first match, Shelton Benjamin is the winner. And he looks good as ever. He looks good as ever. That was really an impressive performance. And I give credit to Leo Rush, but that was a truly impressive performance by Shelton Benjamin. MVP putting the card in Leo Rush's pants. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's hear what MVP has to say. I'm going to put myself on mute because of copyright reasons, but put myself on mute. Well, I will say this is far from over between Swerve and Shelton Benjamin, but I have a feeling they are going to have a match at Full Gear. I just want this to slowly process. But oh, nice, Lewis! Your client is Romero May. Awesome. And that's another thing, we haven't seen our women's champion tonight. I mean, she is the women's champion. We saw the TBS champion, but we never saw the women's champion. Boza, I would pay money to see Nana versus MVP. I would pay good money for that. Okay, so they're talking about the commentators, Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and Nigel. They're saying they have not been touched with Darby Allin in a while. So Excalibur said they have not spoken to Darby Allin since after Wrestledream is over, and he, he's still in shock of what happened, but hopefully we could see Darby soon. But they are, excuse me, they are showing footage of him, because if you did not know, he also does skateboarding. So him and Tony Hawk have teamed up together, and they're doing something in their community in San Jose, California at a skate park. So it's nice to see that, because if you did not know, Darby Allin did skateboarding before he did professional wrestling. So I'm happy that he got to do it with one of his skating heroes, Tony Hawk. So that's really awesome to see. But hopefully we can see Darby really soon. I don't know when, but I just hope we go. And the road to Full Gear is in full effect. What matches do you think will happen for AEW's Battle of the Belts? So, for Battle of the Belts, there's so many avenues that you could go in. Well, I know one thing. I don't think we're going to see the International Championship match. Well, since it's being taped on Thursday, Collision and Battle of the Belts, don't be shocked on that. But I'm trying to think what matches I want to see. I would possibly say we may see some title matches from Ring of Honor, possibly the tag team titles or the 6-man tag team titles, because it's always a treat seeing Dustin Rhodes. On the AEW side, I would not be shocked to see a title eliminator match for either the AEW Women's Championship or the AEW Tag Team Championship. Maybe Red Velvet defense. That could be another thing. Or we get to see the new Ring of Honor television champion, Brian Cage, defend his belt, because he did won it at Wrestledream in the 0 hour. So we may see him do that. But yeah, we'll probably see a lot of belts from Ring of Honor. Maybe if you want to continue that partnership for New Japan Strong Wrestling, I would definitely see one of those belts on Battle of the Belts, since they want to keep up that partnership. That is something that's definitely to look forward to. But it's going to be interesting to see Battle of the Belts between now and Saturday. Because even though it's going to be pre-taped on Thursday, it's going to air this Saturday. So Collision is back this week. It was not on last week because of Wrestledream being held last Saturday. But Collision's back, and we're on the road for it. And also, Collision is actually coming to my area November 2nd in Philadelphia. So it's a possibility I may be going to Collision. I don't know yet, but I'm definitely planning on going to Collision and Full Gear. That is my goal, because I never got to attend an AEW pay-per-view event. And with Collision, this will be my second AEW event attending live. So thank you guys for joining. But again, thank you guys for joining me on this watch along of Dynamite. It has been a fun one, and we're just at 9:30 and we're just wrapping up here. Maybe Gabe Kidd defend in New Japan Strong Belt or the CEO. Yeah, that would be good on the Battle of the Belts. That could be something because they have that partnership with New Japan. I can't see that. I just can't see that die down. And also they have a partnership with CMLL. So that's another thing that they could do as well. Have one of the CMLL belts defended on there. That would be crazy. But we are in the last hour. And of course they're showing the commercials of Dynamite. And Wednesday, October 30th, they're doing a Fright Night in Ohio. Oh, and we get to hear from Swerve Strickland. So let me hear what Swerve has to say. So he's the most dangerous man in AEW. But he called it anytime, any place, anywhere. So Tony Schiavone. Well, it looks like we're gonna have that jerk Don Callis come in and he's gonna boo his butt out the building. And of course, we see I get it. So it looks like he has not only Lance Archer, but also the Ring of Honor television champion Brian Cage. This is really interesting. He recruited both of them. Well, Lance Archer from Jake the Snake, but Brian Cage. This could be interesting. I know, Boza. I'm so confused. I don't even know when he added Don Callis, but let's see what Don Callis has to say. I'm actually going to put myself on mute because of copyright, so I'll be listening to him. Well, it looks like I think we got our answer, but Here comes the new AEW International Champion Konosuke Takeshita, along with Kyle Fletcher, and they get to explain their actions on what they did to Will Ospreay. I will give credit. Don Callis was right on one thing. There are no actual journalists in professional wrestling. I gotta give him credit on that. But let's see what Don Callis has to say, and I'm gonna put myself on mute. Oh, guys, I think the women's division heated up. But breaking news, Fright Night on Halloween, the night before, it'll be Swerve Strickland versus Shelton Benjamin. And I can tell you it's going to be a lot of frightness. So I'm game. And what better way to do Halloween? But we have our main event. It'll be Christian Cage versus Jay White. And that is going to be awesome. Because if you remember, Christian was the one that also laid out Jay White during his match during the Owen Hart men's tournament against Hangman Adam Page. But I have to talk about this the Don Callis family because I'll share a little bit of it on the post show. Yes, just a quick little PSA. There will be a post show after this, so I will be definitely getting my thoughts about tonight. And of course, and I mentioned Mariah earlier. We saw our women's champion Mariah May, and the press conference was a mess on Saturday. Not just Mariah, the gang. Yeah, we did because it was really a mess. I didn't have to listen to it. It was just really, really bad because honestly, I could have think of better questions to say because that's not accurate journalism. You did not look up who she was even before she was in AEW. So that's some basic 101 they need to learn. But Mariah May wanted to put everybody on notice saying this is where the women don't step up, but look who stepped up, Miss Anna Jay. Anna Jay stepped up to Mariah May, and I will say, ooh, it was really hard. It's really hard to balance, but I'm happy Anna Jay stepped up to the plate and she made it. And I like that they're doing her very slowly, very, very slowly. So I'm happy to see Mariah May. Yeah, it's going to be a title fight for Battle of the Belts. I would like to see that. But it's nice to see Anna Jay really step up to the plate and really, I hope Bobby Lashley comes to AEW. He will, because I know there was some reports floating around. Of course, it was rumors. Not sure if it's confirmed, but it looked like he signed a deal with AEW. It's just a matter of time on when he's going to be on TV. It's just a matter of time. So I know they don't want to make this very rushful and quickly, but I would not be shocked if we see him on Fright Night in 2 weeks between Swerve Strickland and Shelton Benjamin. So I think they're just slowly stirring the pot a bit with Bobby Lashley. But thank you guys for joining me on this episode tonight of Dynamite. We are in our main event between Jay White and Christian Cage. Could be in 2 weeks. Yeah, it's a possibility. Maybe Full Gear. I don't think they want to hold off Full Gear that long because that's like another month. But I have a feeling I would not be shocked if Bobby Lashley came in 2 weeks for Fright Night because I feel like that would be a really good thing. And obviously, between Shelton and Swerve, it's going to go down to the wire. But like I said, I would not be shocked. And we get to hear from Ricochet. So it looks like Ricochet, they're talking about it and saying that he was too laser focused for Will Ospreay.
But at the same time, I'm not going to speak any more on that because I feel like everybody saw what happened Saturday at Wrestledream. Because despite what Don Callis has to say, Tessa did not beat Will Ospreay and myself on the same night. He beat Will. And if I'm being honest, I haven't been pinned since I stepped foot here in the AEW.
That's true. Ricochet has not been pinned.
In mine, and that is to become champion. Takeshita has screwed me out of that not once, but twice. Then on the flip side, Callis wants to sit back and call him the best.
I have a feeling we're going to have a rivalry between Takeshita and Ricochet. Would make a lot of sense because with Will Ospreay on the shelf for a while, it definitely builds up an opportunity for Takeshita and Ricochet.
Your matches dictate how good you are. And with that being said, I'll be at Collision this Saturday. For anybody, Takeshita, if you want to show up, or anybody else, if you want to see what I can do, show up on Collision. I will show you in the entire AEW world why I am out of this world.
So looks like he's putting open challenge on Collision. Yeah, step up to the game. I actually like that. And also, oh my God, look at this! They're attacking Top Flight, the Dark Order. Look at this! Action of Jordan! Oh no! Oh my goodness, they're attacking. Oh my goodness. John doesn't want them to defend any belts. That's all. I don't know about that because there's a few trios they haven't beaten. They haven't beaten the Bang Bang Gang, and they have not beat House of Black. But I know they're trying to defeat all the teams that could dethrone. But trust me, like I said, it's going to be Battle of the Belts because I'm going to tell you something. They lit a. It's going to be interesting for the trios belt because. Oh, looky! Look at Switchblade. He has Juice. Oh, he has one of the Gunn brothers. I think that's Colton. No surprise, Tony. It's going to be Overrun. No surprise there, but it looks like it's. And we get to see the so-called Father of the Year, Christian. This is going to be a really good match, Jay White and Christian, because of course Christian's going to have Mama Wayne and Nick Wayne. And as you see, Christian still has that contract for the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Well, it is true, Boza. It is true, but that is true. They can't keep it overrun. But remember, because when Raw was 2 hours, it went up against 11:05. So, and I think very rarely it went over. But like I said, I'm not surprised it doesn't overrun. But you know what? That's what happens when you sign a new deal. You're allowed to do a little bit of an overrun. But anyways, we are getting ready for our main event match between Jay White and Christian. If you did not know, Luchasaurus had to deal with a serious health situation, a serious health scare. So that's why he's not there. I know it's going to be Juice and Colton at ringside. We do not see Austin Gunn, which is very odd because I know he did get attacked badly from Hangman Adam Page. So, but this is going to be an interesting match because, of course, he has Nick Wayne and Mama Wayne, and this has been a match in the making since this has been a match in the making since the Owen Hart Men's Foundation. Because as you remember, Christian was the one that screwed Jay White. But going back to earlier, it looks like Moxley's not making sure. He doesn't want anybody fighting for those belts, especially the trios belt. So I think we're going to definitely get a battle by the belts because the Dark Order, they're ready. Top Flight, they're ready. But I'll be talking all about this more in my post show because there's going to be a lot more trios. I'll say this. But look, Christian trying to be, Christian sometimes can be a jerk, but he always plays it well as a heel. Yes, Bobby, I hope Luchasaurus gets better really, really soon. And hopefully soon enough, he turns on Christian. Because it's been sneaking us with that. But it would be nice to see him turn on Christian. But here we go. Main event between Jay White and Christian. And there's a lot of fans. I will say there's a lot of fans rooting, for Jay White. All right, so it looks like Jay White's putting Christian in the corner. Christian breaking up. Christian doing a chop. I will say Christian does work a lot well with a heel. But like I said, we are in main event time here on Dynamite. Been a packed full Dynamite after Wrestledream. But this is Courtney Rice, WWT's Media and PR Princess. And this is Stone Cold Elite Wednesday, as we are wrapping up this watch along of Dynamite from California. It has been a fun episode, and also a little PSA announcement. I will be doing a quick post show highlighting everything that's happened, giving my full thoughts in demand. So don't miss out, because I will be doing a post show after Dynamite is over. So I will be doing definitely a brief run through and just giving my fair share. But also, before I forget, I definitely want to thank everybody for joining out, from Bobby, Sindel, Boza, Brandon, Swag Kid, Hassan, Mr. Opinionated, Antoine Phillips. I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anybody. But Lewis, thank you for joining us. But I just want to make sure I thank everybody first. But after this, I will be doing a post show. So make sure to tune into that. But right now, we're in main event time with Jay White and Christian. And it looks like Christian a little bit laid out. Oh, look, Juice. Juice. Oh, come on. No, not Juice. And FYI, Juice. Oh, no. They banned the Bang Bang Gang. Wait, did they ban? I think they banned everybody. Oh, no. They banned the Bang Bang Gang. That little weasel Nick Wade. Juice. And a little thoughts on that. This is Tony Storm's husband, by the way, Juice. That little shriek. Oh, everybody's thrown out. Everybody, yeah, get him out of here. They're dragging Nick Wade to the back. Yeah, talk about Mom scream mommy. That was pretty funny. Thank you for giving us a fun space to talk about AEW and have their thoughts and criticism. Want to see? Yes, exactly. This is what we're here for, because I also have to give constructive feedback as well in AEW. I want them to succeed. I really want them to really take it, but they have some things they got to work. And also for them to get 5 years, that's really awesome. So I definitely want them to take it to the next level, especially after that deal that they signed with Warner Brothers. Great, you signed that deal. Now you have to follow up, especially on the product that you have right now, finding it, level up, being innovative. Also, I would like to see them be the number 2 wrestling promotion. We all know WWE is going to be number 1. They're going to be number 1 regardless. But I would love to see AEW be number 2. Number 2. That would be epic to be the second best wrestling promotion on the planet. So that will happen. If they work their cards right and get everything together, this will be great. Yeah, people forgot this company had to grow during the pandemic. They were 5 months young. Yeah, it was really hard because even though they started in 2019 and when the pandemic hit, they had to close everything, but they still wrestled, and it felt weird when fans came back. And even when they came back, there was a lot of concern. But I do think there is a lot to grow from AEW. I definitely want them to succeed. I want them to take it to the next level. I want them to show that they can be it can be a spot for wrestlers to go to, because nowadays it's like they don't have to go to just WWE. There's so many options they could do. Also, you have Ring of Honor. You have a partnership with Ring of Honor. You have a partnership with New Japan. So I would like to see AEW be the second best wrestling promotion right now. I want them to hit that number 2 spot, because if they can get their cards right, I can see them lasting for the next 5 years. But anyways, we are in main event time, and they're showing a preview for next week's Dynamite. It'll be Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho in a ladder match for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. So that match is going to be a banger. Right now, AEW and Ring of Honor are my top 5. Yeah, awesome. That's all I can do. It looks like Christian has the upper hand here. And also, this is going picture in picture. So it's nice that the match is still going, and then also a commercial. So, but like I said, Battle of the Belts is going to be pretty interesting because Dark Order and Top Flight called out the Trios champions. That's going to be fun. But there's another trios that the BCC should be very afraid of. And I'm just waiting for House of Black to come in, because that would be really cool if House of Black came in after they had if they have a match at Battle of the Belts. House of Black comes out and say, "You guys think you're the intimidated group? You haven't meet House of Black." But anyways, going back to this main event, Christian versus Jay White. Christian looks like he has the upper hand. And also, just a friendly reminder that I will be doing a post show on tonight's Dynamite. So make sure to stick around afterwards, because I will give you my full thoughts and opinions after tonight's episode. But going back to the action, it looks like Christian has the upper hand on Jay White. It looks like Christian's putting Jay White in a submission hold. Christian. He has him really tight in that hold. Ooh, look at that, Jay White. He threw Jay White outside the ring. Oh, and also we have a match on Rampage this week. We have Private Party versus MXM Collection, and that match is going to be really good in the tag team division. I know the last time MXM faced Private Party, they won. Also, we get to see the Outrunners versus Roosh and the Beast Mortos. We get to see Kyle Fletcher going up against Atlantis Jr., who lost to Brian Cage to the Ring of Honor television match. And then, of course, we have the ladder match happening next week. That is really going to be a good match with the Ring of Honor World Championship between Mark Briscoe and trios match next week. It'll be Jack Perry and the AEW Tag Team Champions taking on Private Party. Actually, Private Party and Daniel Garcia. And if you did not know, they call themselves the Crown Boys, Daniel Garcia and Isaiah Cassidy. Because if you follow Isaiah Cassidy on YouTube, them, along with their security member Cheesecake, they call themselves the Crown Boys. So I am so excited to see Daniel Garcia and Private Party team up next week on Dynamite. Yay! And also, they're very close, Daniel Garcia and Isaiah Cassidy, because I think they went to the same wrestling school. They did, along with Quinn. So, little trivia there. But anyways, going back to the main event, Jay White, Christian Cage. Jay White looks like he has the upper hand here. He's like delivering punches to Christian. Ooh, chop. Ooh, chop. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, DDT. 2. Kick out by Christian. All right, Christian trying to do some upper handing. Ooh, Jay White hit on one of the ropes. Christian trying to get some upper hand here outside the ring apron. Ooh, a nasty hit onto Jay White on the ring apron. Let's see. Oof, nasty bump. Oof, hit Jay White in the head. AEW superstar Leo Rush will be wrestling in New Japan Fighting Spirit. Ooh, that will be a really good match. Mustafa Ali versus Leo Rush on New Japan Wrestling. That is pretty awesome. And thank you for the update, Bobby. It's always, and also need to keep up that partnership with New Japan and AEW. Love to see that happen. And look like Christian, he looks like he wants to put this match away. What's he doing? Oh, Kip Sabian? What's Kip Sabian doing around here? What's Kip Sabian doing? I know he has a question. And look who's here! Hangman! I think that's Hangman. Yeah, I think it looked like Hangman. Yep, that is Hangman. I was like, I knew I recognized that face. Ooh, I know he's still fuming from his match against Jay White on Wrestledream. Ooh, look at this. I can't believe it. Kip Sabian. Well, actually, I love how... AEW Ring of Honor. No, I meant... No, Mr. Pinion, I don't know if you're talking about... I was talking about AEW in New Japan. New Japan. I already knew Tony owned both of them, but if you did not know, AEW has a partnership with New Japan Wrestling. But I do appreciate you pointing that out. No right or wrong there. And all those matches announced nothing. I know, for Battle of the Belts. I have a feeling they're probably going to announce it on social, probably. They're probably going to announce this on social between today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Possibly on their social channels. But it looks like Christian, he's trying to smart talk Jay White, and Jay White's not having it. Ooh. Okay, Christian. Ooh. I will say this is a pretty good, solid main event, and it's kind of nice that everything's coming intertwined. It also gives other stars on the roster a chance to shine as well. So it's nice to see Kip Sabian trying back there, because I know he still has issues with Nick Wayne and Christian. And of course, we see Hangman Adam Page with Jay White after what happened at Wrestledream. Christian Cage doesn't feel confident without a security blanket. Yeah, that is true. Yes, that is true. A cover 2, kick out by Jay White. Christian, it looks like he wants to end this match right away. And look, there's Kip Sabian. There's Kip Sabian. And look at Hangman. Woo, look at, ooh, he took out Jay White. Oh my God, is Christian gonna win this match? He screwed Jay White. 3. And oh my goodness. Doesn't Kip Sabian know what he did? You screwed Jay White. And Christian Cage got the victory. Well, we know this is not. And also, if you take a look at this, this is kind of like a flashback moment where, if you notice from the Owen Hart men's tournament, Christian used that tactic too, and he lay there on the floor. So they're showing highlights of it. And of course, Christian has his contract. Well, it's going to be interesting to see, because I know Jay White's not going to be happy about this. Bobby, I do appreciate you keeping me updated if any AEW wrestlers get announced on New Japan Wrestling Fighting Spirit, because need to keep up that partnership alive with them, because that is huge. And also, the president, Tanahashi, will be having his last match in 2026. So I know he'll be starting his retirement tour soon, and it would be nice to see him at Forbidden Door next year. But anyways, in this main event, the winner of this match is Christian. So Jay White, he's still in the ring. He still can't believe what happened, but this is going to be far from over. This is going to be pretty much far from over between Christian, Hangman, and Jay White. But hold on to your seats, because I will be doing a quick post show afterwards. And thank you to everyone for joining this watch along. I will see you guys in a little bit, because I will give you my thoughts on my reaction, on how I feel, and we're on the road to Full Gear, and it looks like it's starting to heat up. So I will see you guys shortly.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com.